the very way that we build our cities automatically segregates African Americans and Latins on the most underdeveloped and undesirable residential lands in the city. The built environment means that the urban structure is designed and built just as any other house. So in the early 20th century, because of the rise of the industrial society, the emergence of technological change and mass influx of population groups, the city decided that the urban structure had become obsolete and needed to be redesigned and built. They imagined building a great metropolitan city in which they fused together the city and the suburb, and it would be anchored by mass home ownership and the single-family home. In this paradigm, they wanted to create an urban structure in which homeowners were segregated from renters, and higher income groups, owners and renters, were segregated from lower income groups. And lower income groups would be forced to live on the most underdeveloped areas of the city, in places where they shared residential space with factories, commercial, and industrial society. The operating system in this new model, using computer terms and language, was the urban land market. The idea was to build a highly rational urban land market that would maximize profits within the residential land market. And the urban land market is like a hungry dog. It wants to eat. The land market will always flip land from low value to high value uses. Hence, there was a necessity to cluster these places together. It was not necessary for them to talk about race in the building of the structure, because they understood that racism in the labor market meant that African Americans and Latins, when they came to the city, would have the lowest incomes, and that would force them to search for housing in the most underdeveloped sections of the city. As that model emerged, the segregation processes began. One final mark before I pass this thing. We talk a lot about the federal policies that dealt with the mortgage systems, the Federal Housing Administration, the Homeowners Loan Corporation. But what we need to pay closer attention to is the federal policies led by Herbert Hoover that gave cities the power to build these class-stratified, race-based